Welcome to Showcase Richmond. I'm Amy Carter. Retirement is certainly something we look forward to, but have you ever thought what you're going to use for money after you receive your last paycheck? Back with us again are Ralph and Tim Short. The father-son team are with Welcome Home Financial Partners, a Richmond area firm. The duo are financial professionals that focus on preparing people for a successful retirement. So welcome back to you both.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, and that's the reality, isn't it? That once you hit retirement, it can be a great time, but where's the money to pay for it?
That's correct. And most people aren't aware of that until it actually hits them point blank at that time. So all of a sudden they've always been focused on that retirement. How much money can I have in my retirement account? And all of a sudden now they do not have any money coming to them. They got to figure out what to do.
And that is a big problem, and it's a big adjustment because you can no longer depend on that paycheck in the mail or an auto deposit that had been coming in for decades.
Right, so you got to be self-reliant. So just to kind of piggyback off that is you spent all your working years trying to figure out how you're going to retire with that big pot of money. Now that you're heading into retirement, you got to figure out how to turn that big pot of money into a sustainable income to help you with your lifestyle.
And is it common for someone to come through the doors and say, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do after I get my last paycheck?
It's not common for us to have that because most people, like I said a while ago, they're more focused on that big pot of money. And all of a sudden now they got to figure out, okay, my last paycheck, what am I to do now? And one of the things that they have never taken a look at is how much income they are going to have, how much expenses they're going to have, and then mesh the two together.
Wow.
Yeah, and once we go through the process, that's usually when that conversation is going to start, is where's that paycheck coming from? A lot of people just don't think of it in that manner.
And how important is it for people nearing retirement to really start thinking about it?
Well, it's very important. I mean, it's never too early to start planning for retirement. Even in your 20s, it's never a bad thing to start, take a look at your budget, those types of things. But to go back to the question is that you've got protection that needs to happen once you hit retirement, because like in 2008, when the crash hit, everybody lost 40–50% if you were in the market. And if you were planning on retiring in 2009, 2010, if you still retired, you weren't where you were pre-2008.
Right. So what can we do to create our own paycheck in retirement?
Really sit down with people, and that's what we do especially is create them a process to go through retirement, go through their budget, figure out how much they need. Let's say they got $2,000 coming in from Social Security in their pension, their expenses are $1,000. Now you got to have a plan of where to come up with that extra so you can pay your bills, so you can live that lifestyle that you've dreamed of those 40–50 years of working.
Yes, and like you said, really having a plan and sitting down with someone is so important.
Absolutely.
So critical. How does this strategy help people maintain the lifestyle that you just mentioned that they do desire?
Well, to my knowledge, most people are still going to have bills when they retire, so now they got to figure out how they're going to pay for them. And that's the biggest issue that most people forget when they start thinking about retirement.
And if you have that reliable income, you're going to make sure that you are paying those bills and maintain your lifestyle. Nobody wants to retire and sit at home and not do anything because you can't afford to. So you still have those bucket list items, taking your grandkids, go golfing, travel the world. Those are things that you need to take a look at in order to maintain that lifestyle that you want.
And with your new paycheck, you know how you're going to help pay your bills and live your life for the next 30 years.
Correct. Yeah. So once again, if you're not taking a look at your expenses, your income, you're not getting that paycheck any longer. You've got to make your own paycheck. We all know nothing in this life is free. So if you're not going to receive that paycheck coming from yourself, you're not going to be able to do those things that you want to do.
Very true. Well, we want to let our viewers know about a great incentive. If you need to sit down with Ralph and Tim, listen to this. You can give them a call, 804-897-4844. Those callers that have a portfolio of $250,000 or greater. Again, this is an offer just for you. For the first 5 callers, call now, 804-897-4844, and sit down with Ralph and Tim. They'll walk you through that plan and preparation. Give them a call today.